Hey guys, what's up? The Adventure Bug here, back with another video, and um, yeah, let's just get into it. So basically, you saw the title of this video. This is my review so far on my experience with Nintendo Switch, Apex on Nintendo Switch, and I'm gonna say it's been not good. I know a lot of people really want a good a thing like with Apex on it that's also mobile. And I mean, you can't really like it's not really easy to do. Now, granted, I see how much effort they put into this. They really wanted to get it out by deadline. So there's obviously going to be some flaws with it at first. This is day one. Well, technically this will be released day two, but day one, I played for 4 hours straight. No, 3 hours. I took a 1 hour break around, or 30 minutes somewhere. I took a break from Apex and then played Smite, and then went back to Apex with two different people because I was playing with Drake, and then I played with Dylan and Dawson. If you guys watched Dylan's stream or Dawson's stream, you probably can go check that out on their channels if they haven't removed it. You can watch the stream. It's like 2 hours, almost 3 hours. But yeah, I was playing with them. If you watched it, it wasn't pretty. It wasn't good. It wasn't like smooth at all. I'm gonna be honest. It was kind of garbage. So, anyone who wants to play Apex on Switch, I'm just letting you know, even with a Pro Controller, keep in mind, I have a Pro Controller. It's a third-party Pro Controller, but it's the same exact thing pretty much. And I still had trouble with it. Even though it's a Pro Controller, has the same exact controls pretty much as an Xbox would, it just, those, it was promised it would run 30 frames. And I have a Switch Lite, keep in mind, so maybe it might work a little better on the original Switch, but this is my review on my Switch, which is a Switch Lite. And I know, like, why would you use a Pro Controller with that? But I have a stand for it. It's kind of ghetto, but it's like, yeah, like an iPad stand. Like you hook it up to like a desk or something like this, or it, it has like an arm that you can bend and stuff, and then it holds the device. And I put my Switch on that, and with a charger, so it's always charging. It's pretty much a stationary thing, but it's really portable. It's like easy to use. I use it for Smite too. Yeah, so basically I was just using that, and I was playing Apex on with a Pro Controller on my Switch Lite, and it really wasn't that good. Like, you can see some actual Apex gameplay, like some good Apex gameplay that's on PS4 or PC or Xbox. Then you can see some Switch gameplay, which is not good. I had a very hard time even getting damage off. I think the most damage I did in one match was like 100. And my last match I played, it was just frustrating me so hard. So if you don't want to get frustrated, I suggest you don't play Apex on Switch. But if it's your only option, it's really not that bad. All you have to do is adapt. And I was just getting mad at it in the moment. I really don't think it's super bad, but it's also frustrating sometimes. I recommend you play with a Pro Controller. But anyways, I was saying gameplay on it. not that good. The frames, they're very unstable frames. Like, you see, it says it runs usually at a good 30 frames. On Switch Lite, not really. It runs around 25 frames when you're moving, and then it runs anywhere from 15 to 25 frames when you're fighting. So it's not really that good. The only way I can really play is, like, the only way I can actually get damage off is using up close weapons and trying to fight up close. Those are the areas I thrive in Apex usually. And if you've seen any Apex, like, there's a video on my channel of me playing Apex, you can see I do pretty, like, some pretty good moves. But on Switch, they're pretty much impossible. I'm gonna try and make this a fairly short video, but because I don't want to ramble on or whatever, but it's just Switch, in my opinion, of my first impressions of the game, I feel like they still got a lot of work to do on it. They need those patches out as soon as possible. Voice chat is for some reason broken. I don't know why. But yeah, I had to use my phone on a PlayStation party, and then I had to have earbuds in that while wearing headphones over it, and it was not good. Like, my first experience with it, I was getting pretty frustrated with it. It's kind of a dumb setup. And if only I had like a normal Switch, it might have been better, but yeah, like, Switch review pretty much what I'd scale it on from a 1 to 10 quality rate, I'd give it about a 4 or 3. Because this doesn't feel like a refined game. Doesn't feel like it's been out for 3 years already. I think it's actually been out more. But it doesn't feel like that. It feels like, uh, you know, if you've ever known about Realm Royale, that's pretty much off-brand Fortnite with a few different mechanics. It feels like that. I've tried that game on Switch, and it felt exactly the same, except for it's not third person. It was a really unpleasant experience. I think I played like 3 matches of Realm Royale and just deleted the game. Actually, I might still have it downloaded, but I'm probably not going to play it again. Apex is kind of the same. Of course I'm going to play it again. Of course I'm going to try and adapt to the new controls, the new, like, feel to it, I guess. But I'm saying it's not easy. In fact, if you're going to play crossplay on it, good luck getting kills, because I got 1 knock. I actually got 1 kill. And then I lagged out, and I got really mad, so I just quit. My freaking internet died as soon as I got that elimination. As soon as I was getting revived. As soon as Dawson clutched up and started reviving me, I just lagged out. And that's really frustrating. And keep in mind, it kicked me out, or it actually, like, crashed. The game crashed twice. The game crashed twice in 2 hours. And I think that might have something to do with me running it for a long time, but the game shouldn't crash. I wasn't doing anything to overload it besides just playing it normally. I wasn't really doing anything, and I don't know, it just it just feels unrefined. Like, it doesn't feel like an official game. I'm gonna be honest. It really doesn't. I really think they have a lot to fix on it. Although it is, I appreciate them trying to get it out as soon as possible. But it just doesn't feel good. It doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't feel good. the game just doesn't have the same feel as it would on PS4. And I don't know, just my point is, don't play Apex on Switch unless you have to, or unless you really want to have a portable Apex solution. Because Apex, obviously, you can't really play it on anything else besides those main consoles. And then now that it's released on Switch, I really have a hope for this game to get a lot better on Switch. I really hope they bump up the frames to 45. I don't care if you lose, like, some textures, because some of that stuff you don't need. Like, it's not crucial. I wouldn't care if the quality got I wouldn't care if the quality got dropped by like 1/8. I wouldn't care if the, like, graphics got dropped by 1/8. I wouldn't care about that, even 1/4 maybe. But it just is not stable frames at all. I don't recommend playing it right now that it's first released. That's my first impression on the game. Doesn't have stable frames. Kinda sucks to fight in. Unless you're playing on a normal Switch. If you're playing on a Switch Lite, it's pretty much unplayable. Like, I couldn't get any kills, and usually I drop at least like 1 or 2 per match. And that's on PS4, and I'm actually fairly good on PS4, but for some reason it's just slower. I don't know, maybe because it's this tiny little console. I don't even think the Switch is a real console. I don't consider it a real console because it's really not. It's more of like a gaming phone to me. And that's what sucks about it too. It's such a letdown. I was expecting it to be way better, running way smoother. It's just like, sometimes it's very choppy. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it's very choppy, and I don't know. I just wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend playing on a Switch Lite, even a normal Switch. I'm not sure how it actually is on a normal Switch, but I really hope it isn't as bad as it is on Switch Lite. And I know what you're saying, just get a normal Switch. I'm sorry, but I don't have money to do it, so. Also, I don't have money to get a PS4 or Xbox or any of that crap. I have $46 to my name right now. So, I mean, if one of you guys wants to get me a PS4, that's completely fine with me, like, just hit me up. So, yeah, that's my first impression on the game. I really don't think it's that refined. It doesn't feel like an official, like, released game, but it's been out for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't feel like the same game. And if you're playing with PS4 players, like I did, you're gonna have a really rough time on the game. Because against Switch players, there's a lot of noobs in the game. There's a lot of people who don't know what they're doing. So obviously on Switch servers, it's gonna be easier. I recommend playing on those if you are going to play it at all. But other than that, I just wouldn't recommend crossplay servers, but it takes a long ass time to go on just Switch servers. So everyone's just playing on the crossplay servers. That's my review on the Switch stuff. It's just bad in general. Until they release patches, I'll update you when they release patches for the things. I'll update you, and I'll yeah, I'll update you when they actually fix some stuff, like the voice chat, the frames, unstable frames. Oh my gosh, it's terrible. It's like I'm playing on this piece of garbage. It's my PC that runs 15 frames per second on Roblox. Okay, so yeah, it just that's my review on Apex Legends so far. It's a really bad experience, first experience. They need to fix whatever it is they have to fix to make it run at higher frames. All I'm asking for is 30 to 45 frames constant. That's all I'm asking for. I don't give a crap about the frickin' graphics, okay? You can bump down the graphics 1/4, that'll be fine with me as long as it runs 30 to 45 frames at all times. Maybe dropping down to 25, but that's not nearly as bad as it was when I was in a gunfight. I couldn't do anything. It's so hard on Switch. And you can't know unless you play it on Switch. You don't actually know how it is unless you play it on Switch. That's my review on Switch servers. This video has gone on for long enough. And yeah, that's just my personal opinion on Switch. I appreciate them trying, but they need to fix a lot of crap in this game before I can actually start doing good. Especially the frames and the voice chat. If there's no voice chat or frames, the game's pretty much like unplayable. So that's what you need to play the game. Anyways, that was my personal opinion on Switch, and yeah, see you guys later.